Oh.
You are garbage.
We're live from the Bro Jam for another episode of the Roshan Bros News. I am your host, Keith, not Keith, and I am here today with...
It's Max Schooley.
Oh, and is that Rye guy I'm here? No, it's not though. Sadly, it's also a blizzard, so...
I mean, probably not the time this video comes out, but currently,
probably not the time, but... Yeah, you guys are just going to get Keith and Gil, and then next week it'll be... maybe all of us, hopefully.
I think Eli should be able to make it.
Yeah.
Because he won't have anything school-related to hold him back anymore.
Yeah, because we'll be recording Friday that week, because we're going to do, Smash stuff.
Well, dang.
Yeah. Do you work?
I do not. I didn't have that Friday off. I just didn't know that was the plan.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot about that.
Because I do Clopins.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to do, actual Smash,
You can do gameplay now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. And my awesome emails I got from Nintendo.
Yay!
Yeah. So,
that'll be in the gaming podcast. Stick around for that.
I'm Keith, not Keith.
You already introduced
me. That's great. So, what have you been up to, Gil? I mean, you and I have been hanging out for a while, so...
We just got done watching Thor Ragnarok again.
Yes, we did, and I still really love that movie.
Taika Waititi did a pretty great job, yeah.
I'm still trying to find if anyone would like to send me Snakes Out of Compton, the movie.
Did you actually ask people to send that to you?
No, I am now.
Oh.
Someone send me Snakes Out of Compton. I want to see this movie, but I don't want to spend money on it. And I don't want to, pirate it and get my internet taken away.
I mean, you could just use a solid VPN.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. We saw Creed. That was a good movie.
Solid film, yes.
I love that movie a lot. Everyone, see Creed. It's good. You know what sequel you shouldn't see? Harry Potter 2, Crimes of Grindelwald.
Fantastic Beasts?
Yes. Yeah, that...
The Harry Potter prequel series.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a trilogy, but has now been made into 5.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Because originally, I
feel like they can't stretch it.
So the basis of it was just supposed to be Newt Scamander, literally each movie handling a different giant monster, or a different thing that's happening.
Oh, different Fantastic.
Yeah, it was supposed to be an anthology series of Newt, basically Newt being a young Professor Oak, and it's Pokemon are cool.
Wizard Pokemon
are cool. Oh yeah, Brittany saw Wreck-It Ralph and she didn't really like it. She thought it was a needless sequel.
Well, I mean, most sequels generally are just a major cash grab, but generally some of them do tend out to be good.
She thought it was very disappointing. I don't know. But I trust her opinion on that, so I kind of want to see it still, but that might be a thing. Mm-hmm. So, have you watched anything else different besides that what we were watching?
A lot of Funhouse videos, and I did actually manage to get caught up on... What was it? Can't remember.
I like that anime. Can't remember is a really good anime.
I know, right?
Yeah, I love it. No,
just 1,000+ episodes and going strong.
Yeah. No, actually, I've been watching a lot of old series that I needed to catch up on from last year's anime stuff, so...
Can you really call it old if it's only a year?
Yeah, I mean, for the anime community, things, die fast. I was finally catching up on Golden Kamuy.
Kamui?
Kamuy, yeah, whatever it is. So I still think it's a weird anime. I like the manga a lot better. Because I think the 3D is so jarring that it just is not my thing. But I also caught up on Megalobox. I finally finished that. I really, really love that anime too. I don't think it deserves to be called Cowboy Bebop-esque good animation. Because I don't know. Bleh. Who knows? But speaking of anime, let's hit our trailers.
Ultraman.
Yes. And the first trailer we have is the reveal of Netflix's Ultraman series. which looks really, really good, but at the same time, very, very jarring.
I wouldn't say jarring. It's just basically 3D with most of what they've been doing, as opposed to an actual suit actor and live action stuff.
Oh, I'm not.
Especially for a Sentai series, which is weird.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not jarred by the 3D. I'm jarred by it's essentially a Sentai series and not
the premise of it.
Yeah, not a giant kaiju monster fighting series.
I mean, that's basically kind of what a Sentai is.
Yeah, but like
the scale is just different.
Yeah, the scale is like
basically the main character's dad is the original Ultraman.
Yeah.
And now he has because of DNA, he can also become Ultraman.
But then there's an evil Ultraman.
And then there will probably be more Ultramen.
Yeah. So actually, a manga Facebook page I was on shared this is like they're just ripping off Iron Man. I'm like, you dense motherfucker.
That is very.
The man was like very serious. He's like, it's just basically Iron Man, Japanese Iron Man. I'm like, you don't understand. You gun cultured swine. And like everyone was just roasting him in the comments.
Oh god.
Like hardcore. I like felt bad, but I was like, good. Don't say stupid shit. It does look really interesting, and I feel like there's a possibility that it'll be fucking fun as shit.
I'll give it a solid look.
I will too. Like, it makes me feel very happy to see Ultraman being Ultraman-y again.
Very magnificent.
Now, let's go into Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Oh, you are just putting them all right in there, aren't you?
Yeah. I know you're
I don't have many expectations for this movie. I know it's just going to be a good slugfest either way. And it'll look nice.
The animation is just so good looking.
Especially that one scene where Goku's just getting his face shoved into an ice cone.
Like, the only thing is, this happened in both Battle of the Gods and Resurrection of F. The CGI scenes that they put in look weird.
I mean, just pretend you're playing a video game with long cutscenes.
The thing is, they put the CGI character model behind a 2D model, 2D background, so it looks weird. But I get it. It saves on money. But what they have for the fluid animation is awesome, and I think Broly looks badass. He looks more badass than...
He's not shirtless this time.
Until the end. And they blow his arm off.
I figured it would go there eventually.
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen. I actually really like that, like, his mind control device isn't like a fucking gay piece of jewelry.
What is it this time?
It's just like a choker.
So it's a gay piece of jewelry?
It's like less gay looking piece of jewelry, I guess.
It's not a tiara, is what you're saying.
Yes. Because his piece was a tiara and a fucking pimp chain. I'm like, man, really?
He kept the pimp chain.
Did
the pimp chain wasn't part of it.
Okay, yeah.
Because remember, he's always had
the tiara.
Chain.
I feel I don't know. Like, in my friend
group, all I can remember right now is the abridged version of the Broly movie. Princess Trunks.
Princess Trunks.
Oh god, no! Goku! Stop him!
Fucking love that abridged version. My one thing is, though, like, for Broly, all my friends used to give me shit for not liking Broly. Like, that was my one thing. I'm just like...
He's very two-dimensional.
He's not interesting. He's like, but he took on all of them at once. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but, like, the reason he's angry is stupid as shit. Goku wouldn't stop crying. Like, oh my god.
Truly, there has never been a more tragic backstory.
I feel like it's not even that... It's not even like I don't think it should be tragic. I feel like...
It should be justifiable.
Yeah, and I feel like this movie is going to be more like Paragus still hates Vegeta's dad. And so...
But it will be more than just Paragus' hatred.
Right. It feels like there's more because, like, Frieza's involved. And the one thing that makes me interested about this in general is that we're gonna learn what more about the Saiyans, and I always found them to be more interesting once they made. When Universe 6 came out, I found them to be super interesting because that universe delved differently comparatively to where Universe 7 went. They're more peaceful, where the Universe 7s are like, we're gonna fuck shit up.
They were a conquering race.
Whereas the Universe 6 were like we're gonna be a defense armada.
We will protect you.
And then you find out no matter what race you are in the Frieza, if you're a Frieza race, you're just always evil. There's no goody Friezas.
Are there not, actually?
There are none.
Even the non-canonical Xenoverse games where you can play as a Frieza?
Yeah, they're good, technically. Whatever. Someone brought that up. They're like, well, in the Dragon Ball Heroes manga, I'm like, that doesn't count. Fuck you. They're people with the body of a character. Yeah, there's not, like, I think that's the one thing that does kind of upset me is, like, Universe 6's arc, I kind of wish Frost would have just been a good guy and not a fucking evil human being.
Well, you got that. Frost was not an evil human being.
What?
Frost was not an evil human being.
He was a bad guy.
But not a human being.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Evil being.
There you go.
Like, I just...
Androgynous, hyper-feminine alien person.
Yeah, like, that did good things. Because they're like, oh man, he's dispensed the galaxy. You find out, it's like, yeah. And then he secretly buys those shit-ass planets and makes the planet... buy the planet back for double... He's
basically a white capitalist.
Yeah. I was just like... But knows kung fu.
He knows how to poison.
Yeah. And I kind of, like, if this sounds weird, but, like, they did a fucking callback to, in the Universal Survival arc, they did a fucking callback to Broly, but, like, I was hoping they'd do a callback to maybe Cooler using Frost and giving him possibly, like, Frieza being like, this is an ascended form, and Frost makes his own ascended form, which kind of looked like Cooler's ascended form. Because I think that'd be a cool callback.
I just liked Cooler's design better than Frieza's.
Did you find Cooler's design much better? Aw, you thought I was gonna ask it.
Freezer was cooler, but Cooler was Freezer. Those are bridge movies, man. Those are good.
Mecha Cooler? I think Mecha Cooler
would have been cooler if he ascended to his final form while also a robot.
Yeah. That looked weird, though, so I kind of get why they would do it.
I think it'd make more sense.
But Fighters has his ascended form, and it looks way good. Did you... yeah. That'll be video game news, too. I'll bring them. The next is Artemis Fowl, and this is a book series from when I was in 7th grade.
Never read it.
So, basically... He's a bad guy.
He's also like, what, 10?
Yes. But he's also a good guy.
He does bad things, but for good reasons.
No, he does good things for bad reasons.
Oh.
Essentially.
He's playing the long con.
Yeah. So, there's that. I mean, it looks interesting. It looks pretty. If all I know is going to look visually stunning, but I feel like it's going to end up like every other Disney property that's live action lately. Fucking Wrinkle in Time was bad. Tomorrowland was bad. Like, I feel like it's going to fall into the Disney live action book curse. So, who knows?
I don't really much care.
Young Justice Outsiders, though.
Yes.
I'm really excited for this. This is actually like the up on my list of things that gets me hyped is Young Justice.
I would be more excited if it wasn't a DC Universe exclusive.
I get it.
I
100% get it. But unlike most of you plebs,
I have DC Universe. I'm Kenny Banyas. My password is...
I mean, go right ahead, yeah.
I don't know your password.
It's my password for everything. I'm not going to give my password out.
Just bleep it out right now.
Yeah, no, just Google... Just message me, fans of the Crochet Bros podcast. If you want DC Universe and want to watch stuff, just message me. I'll let you.
It's how you get so many people on one account.
Just don't do it all at once together.
Or do it all at once together.
Or don't.
I mean, if they do it together all at once, then you only have to give it away once, and then they get all of it.
Don't log in all at once. Try to make sure you don't do it all at once.
Yeah, that would probably be for the best.
If you would like to, though, go right ahead, but don't.
Any other trailers?
Yes, we do. We have, but before that, I think the Young Justice. The reason why this is super interesting is because it's the Outsiders. So you got Metamorpho, who's basically the thing of the DC universe, but can change his shit. He's Kevin 11 before Kevin 11 was a thing. That's what he does. He creates weapons and shit. So it's pretty cool. What's another one?
Just glad that they're continuing that series.
Yeah. Katana's in it.
Black Lightning?
Black Lightning is being replaced with Static Shock.
Static Shock.
Because Black Lightning is already a grown man in this. So the thing is, Black Lightning is going to be teaching the Outsiders and Static Shock. But Static Shock is basically his sidekick. Because they're all from Dakota City, technically. So it was really funny because they're like, oh, you have lightning powers too. That's really weird. And they're low-key is it because we're black? And so he's under the tutelage of Black Lightning, so...
I'm just glad they're finally giving Static Shocks more representation.
I am too. I feel I'm glad, though, to be honest with you, that they chose Black Lightning for the CW TV show and not Static Shock, because at that time, Jaden Smith was really vying for that role, and I'm like, no. So...
I mean, I would just be fine with the continuation of the animated series.
What?
Or a remaster.
That's understandable. There is a remaster.
Oh, goody.
At the DCUniverse.com.
You can go in a dick!
I'm sorry.
You can go enjoy a white splat fest.
I'm sorry. That's fucking awesome.
You garbage person.
I was waiting too. I was just you're yeah, I can tell you there is a. Because I also watched the Legion. I finished all of the Legion of Superheroes on that DC Universe thing too. I think it's worth it.
That's on there too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they got
the animated series is on there. Superman
that I knew
animated series. Justice League. Weirdly enough, Justice League Action is on Hulu. And Teen Titans Go is on Hulu, but not
those
on
are
the
probably
DC
through pre-existing
Cartoon
deals.
Network. It's through Cartoon Network because they're still technically syndicated on their show. Then we go to Puka, which is a Christmas horror movie.
Oh yeah.
By the Blumhouse people.
I mean, it looks better than most Blumhouse things.
Do you not you hate Blumhouse. I keep forgetting that. You find them very trashy.
A24 does a better job.
A24 has some fucking awesome, solid movies, and I'll totally admit that. But I feel like Blumhouse, I don't know. I know you didn't like Sinister. I know I really like Sinister.
You very much did, yes.
I feel like Blumhouse has a lot of good things because... Blumhouse is also the one who did Happy Death Day, and I really like that movie.
Yeah, you did.
But not as a horror movie. Because it's a horror comedy.
Doesn't even really function as a comedy.
I think it does. I think it is Groundhog's Day meets Murders. Meets Scream. And it's really, really interesting. And the trailer for Happy Death Day 2 kind of throws away what the first movie was about.
Well, the seriousness of the first film.
Well, my thing is I wish they would have done a different person having to relive a life.
Technically, they hinted at that's what that's going to be at some points. Then it just killed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at any point they are going to have that because there is a point where the Asian character sees himself.
Yeah. So I'm wondering,
who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah,
honestly.
Maybe they break into you've created so many parallel Earths, these are all the.
Yeah, you're all dead. You're dead in every single one of them, but good luck on this one.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. That it looks interesting, but at the same time, I'm very like
Skeptical.
I don't understand. Like you and I have had this conversation. Like there are so many things that don't think needs a sequel. Needless needs a sequel. And
But it's easier for Hollywood to produce a sequel
Right.
than it is to come up with something original.
steal other people's ideas. That's what we do all the time now.
Yeah, basically.
Like, yeah. Like I don't know.
Either that or just reboot a franchise.
Which is fine. That's
You
fine.
like Alien? You love Prometheus. You didn't love Prometheus? We're gonna try again with Alien Covenant.
I think all
Still
those
didn't like
movies are
that.
Stupid dumb.
We're going to reboot the reboot.
Alien Prometheus is such a stupid movie. Like I remember Ryan and I getting in this weird argument about it because it's like he really likes Ridley Scott films, and it's like I feel like you're looking at it through the creator's point of view, and not looking at it as a legit film. Where like Ridley Scott's like, oh, if you know me, you'll understand it. It's like, but if you don't know Ridley Scott, you shouldn't like. The film was not good.
Prometheus? No.
Yeah, Prometheus sucked.
The Prometheus School of Running Away from Anything.
Yeah. Promotional site for Lars Klevberg's upcoming Child Play remake introduced the new high-tech Chucky doll and everything that it comes with.
I've seen the start of that trailer. I never watched it the whole way.
It wasn't a trailer.
I've seen the start of that promotional video.
Yeah.
Because they did have a promotion.
Yeah,
It was a promotion.
They're promoting Buddy. You need to.
It's essentially a trailer.
Yeah. You know what's super interesting? Child's Play comes out the same day as Toy Story 4.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's fucking awesome. That's so funny. Like
I feel like they had to have
they
planned
had
that.
to have planned. I feel like they did. I feel like they're like, when does Toy Story come out? Oh, let's fuck them up.
Kids won't know what they're going into, and
Yeah.
parents will have a field day at that.
Yeah. Beloved independent studio A24 adds its film lineup to Canopy, a free streaming service that only requires a library card for people to access.
A library card?
Yeah, so go to your local library, get your cards renewed. It's only like $2, and you can watch all of a whole abundance of A24 films. You can watch The Disaster Artist, which I fucking hated.
It's because you just didn't get it, man. You just didn't really get it. It's art. It's not supposed to be your objective way of viewing things, bro. You feel me?
No, here's the reason why I hated it, though. I hated it because I liked the book a lot, and they didn't do a lot. Like, the book really humanized Tommy Wiseau as a person, and the movie was basically like, look how weird he is. Ha 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 ha. Isn't that funny? We're like, I think he has like some mental issues. When you read the book, you feel like he suffers, either he's on the spectrum. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things. But yeah, no, get your library card in. It'll be cool.
Canopy.
So, Mission Impossible 6 director thinks instead of a Best Popular Film category, the Oscars should add a one that honors stunts, which I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Like,
considering enough people have lost their lives for that aspect in most films, yeah.
well, that too, but like, there are a lot of really cool stunts that just get overshadowed unless you're like one of these cool movie reviewers like the Robro reviews that tell you how awesome stunts are. Go watch Venom. I'm kidding.
I mean, that bike chase was pretty cool.
The first 5 minutes of that bike chase was pretty cool.
It didn't last that long.
Bullshit. I will call bullshit on that. It lasted 10 minutes. It was a 10-minute scene.
The whole chase was probably a 10-minute scene.
Yeah.
But that on the bike, it was like 5.
I don't know.
At most.
We'll go back. It comes out. Oh, I didn't show you this, but I totally forgot. So they're promoting the Venom movie, the DVD release, as a rom-com.
Oh, God.
It's fucking awesomely funny. But it's between Venom and Eddie. And
yeah. The internet is going to have a field day with that if they didn't already.
They did.
Remember?
They did. Yeah.
But now it's going to be even worse.
What was it? Venom? What did they call their group? Venom? I don't know. Okay. So I sent you this, the text of the new Hellboy look, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking badass. I think it does. I think he looks better than Ron Perlman. Fight me, nerds. That's right, you can't. You're on your internet stuff, and you can't.
It basically looks very similar.
But more scary. Spoopy looking. I like it. I dig it. I like it, guys. Creed 2 opened over the extended... Oh, yeah, that's right. So, Taron Egerton sees Eggsy mentoring a new recruit in a potential future sequel for Kingsman. And feels like the Kingsman, The Golden Circle, got too hard of reviews. That movie was dumb and bad, and I am not going to argue with anyone about that.
So you're closing off a dialogue.
No, you can tell me how good it is. I just never thought it was good. It was not interesting. So, But I really like the first Kingsman. If they can bring back that magic, go right the fuck ahead. I want that. I want more Kingsman. I don't know. You've never seen them, right?
Either of them.
They're really... Kingsman 1 is good. I highly recommend it. But here's something that makes me happy. Creed 2 opened over the extended Thanksgiving weekend, earning itself the highest grossing opening revenue for the entire Rocky franchise. Yeah! Woo! Ba ba ba! Ba ba
Stop.
Yeah! Bum, 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 bum. It's such a... That's cool to me. I kind of like hope, and I know you and I talked over this after the movie, but I want like 20 years from now.
Yeah.
I want Drago to be the next series that comes out.
Just Ivan Drago's grandson.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan is training him. He's like, you gotta get stronger, kid. You got this. And he has...
Robotic punching bag.
Yeah.
Tech gloves.
It's basically the megalobox of movies. Oh, man.
It becomes the real Steel of movies. Of the Rocky franchise.
I'm fucking sad that movie didn't get a sequel, by the way.
Why would you want it to?
I fucking love What?
I've never seen Real Steel, but if it's that good of a movie, why would you want it to get a sequel? They usually shit on the first one with the sequel.
Here's my thing, and it's the same thing with Pacific Rim. I'm just there for the fights. I'm not there for a story. I'm there for the kick-ass robots kicking ass. And they do. And it's really fun. And I'm just saying, Real Steel is just a fun robot boxing movie that I feel kind of got overlooked. But Lionsgate's new film adaptation of the classic Robin Hood misses the mark.
Okay, could you repeat that whole start?
Sorry. Lionsgate's new film adaptation of the classic Robin Hood story misses the mark, earning $22 million worldwide on a budget of $100 million.
But I thought he never misses.
He did this time.
Wait, that's
Which is kind of sad because, like, I wanted this movie to be good, but I really hated the
premise.
No, I hate the style these like re-adaptations of classic stories is.
With modern tastes and flavors.
Neo-modernism is fucking stupid. Like, there in no way in history would Robin Hood be wearing a fucking Henley hoodie from fucking Nordstrom's. And they look like...
But Nordstrom's was all the rage back
then. Yeah, that's what I mean.
You gotta love it.
And, like, there's no way they would have the fucking, like, pretty guy, the Pidgeot haircuts that...
You'd be lucky if you get a haircut back then. And even then, it was garbage.
I mean, like, that's what I mean, though. Like, these guys are like, look how fucking stylish we are and stuff like that. It's like...
How?
Like, that sounds shitty. Like, that sounds like a super nitpick, but it is. It's like hyper-modernism. Yeah. Well, it's hyper-modernism. I think it's just dumb.
As long as no one had a man bun, I do not care.
There's probably someone that did. They probably had that. I think Charlie Hunnam's character in the Arthur movie did, actually.
Of course.
Yeah, so... The teaser trailer for the live-action Lion King ranked up more views in its first 24 hours than any other Disney studio movie trailer. Yay!
It's probably not going to be that good.
Yeah.
Same with Dumbo.
Yeah, probably not.
You know what it could use, though? Some racist crows. Get on it, Disney.
Tom Hanks is in early talks into joining the cast of Disney's live-action remake of Pinocchio as Geppetto, the toy maker who creates the magical puppet.
Wait, who?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that could work.
Yes.
Hmm.
Critics are loving Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, with the movie holding a perfect score in Rotten Tomatoes amid the first wave of reviews.
I'm gonna watch it.
That makes me super
I'm
excited.
gonna watch it, and I'm gonna love it, and even if it's bad, I'll still love it.
Yeah, Eli's the only one that's not hyped about this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I find it hilarious how everybody here, when we first saw the trailers, was like, that's a really weird art style. I don't think I like it. And everybody's turned around.
I was positive from the fucking
so was
beginning.
I.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks really cool.
It was John. I remember because John's like, it looks blurry and something like, it's a pop art style and it looks interesting. Yeah, because John and Eli, I remember this because like it came out the trailer came out last year. And I just remember like just being berated for liking the art style. I'm like, well, I think it's cool.
I liked it.
The more it did, the more trailers that came out, the more it looked really, really good. So,
just Old Man Parker, the movie.
So Aquaman movie reactions are in from critics who had a chance to screen the film, and they're saying it about DC James Wan film. It's the best DC film.
I mean, they said that
They
about
set
Wonder
a
Woman.
fucking low bar, though. That's what I'm trying to say here. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be good, but I am one of apparently few that are like, I want to see Aquaman. Fuck yeah!
I mean, I'd want to see Aquaman. This just isn't the Aquaman I want to see.
What the fuck Aquaman do you want to see, Gil?
The one from Justice League animated series.
He's essentially that dude.
No. That Aquaman was somber. He was somber and he gave up his arm for a purpose.
Oh, so you don't like Maui Aquaman? Is that what you're telling me?
His parents are white.
No, his dad's
White.
Polynesian. No, for real.
Really?
Like, they actually, to make it accurate to why Jason Momoa is Polynesian.
I was gonna say,
His
that's
dad
still
is
really
Maori.
weird.
His dad is Maori, so.
Yeah.
That's fucking. You gotta give them props for giving that. Like, everyone was like, how's Jason Momoa gonna be this? He's brown. And they're like, he has a brown dad. And everyone's like, fuck.
I'll give that to
No,
him.
Cole Kidman would never like a brown man.
I mean, they might not be wrong on that.
It fucking looks fun. It looks like a fun ride. It looks like
really
an adventure
doesn't.
film. Really?
It really does not.
Does it not?
Just looks like it's loud and boisterous. And really in it for the frat dudes.
Fuck off. It's fun.
That's why you're obsessed.
Dude, it's fun looking.
No.
It looks like a fun fucking adventure film.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't. I like. Wonder Woman was boring, and it tried to be like, oh, look at all these visual designs. Like Aquaman is like, hey man, we got bitchin' visual designs, but we also are like fucking laid back about shit. I have a strong like. We'll watch it, and like either you will come out really fucking hating the film, or you'll actually really like it. Like that's the two. Those are the two things. Like you will not come out.
I'm a complex human being.
No, you will come out one or the other. You're either gonna. I know this because we've had this conversation for things that like you really fucking vitriolly hate for the trailer. You always come up with, man, that's actually really really good, or like you're right. You're like, I was right. I fucking hated it. And it's the things that you have a vitriol hatred. It's not the things that are like, it looks okay. It looks kind of bad. It's the ones that you will argue about before the movie comes out. That will watch.
This is shit and I hate it.
Yeah, and then you're like,
It's not that bad.
yeah, it's like, so that, I know this will happen. Like, you're going to either give it like, you're going to average out at a 7.5. And I know this. I know this about you, Gil. You will average about a 7.5 by the end of this movie.
I'm just gonna say right now, I refuse to accept that score for that movie. It does not deserve 7.5 from what I've seen.
You haven't seen
Maybe
all of it.
6.
You haven't seen all of
Maybe
it.
6.
The James Wan superhero movie had to get a 12A classification in the UK, but they had to cut down some bloody scenes.
Wait, which one?
The UK 12A is 12 with an adult. And so that was going to be like 16A.
What movie?
Aquaman.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh gosh.
The Brits are very...
Very high strung.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't allow nunchucks for a long time. You gotta remember that.
Yes, they did not.
Now they're just gonna ban tridents.
We
These
actually,
gangs are gonna come out there.
We actually have a question from a person from the UK because we brought up gaming stuff about the UK. No, so that's cool. Thanks, Tina. You
Cheers.
British. Cheers. I don't know if is that racist. Can I say cheers? Love Tina.
It's not indicative of a race. It's more of just region.
Is that
regional?
Offensive of your region of
yeah.
tea land? Sorry.
I mean, didn't London short out its power supply because everybody decided to make tea all at once?
After his debut in Justice League, J.K. Simmons doesn't know when he'll return as Commissioner Gordon, but he's hopeful for the future.
Turns out they just reboot him too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. You know who would want as James Gordon?
Who?
Ice Cube.
They get Nick Fury to be James.
Literally, okay. Everyone gives me shit for my fan casting of J. Jonah Jameson. Do you know who I fan casted as J. Jonah Jameson?
You probably said this before, but I do not remember.
I fan casted Ice Cube as J. Jonah Jameson. Because I thought that it just works.
Does it?
It does, because he's angry. Like, he just can't say motherfucker. But he'd be like, hey, Parker, come here. And he pictures of Spider-Man. And Peter'd be like, why do you think he's a bad guy? All right, listen out here. He's graffiti and shit. He's causing all this ruckus. Like,
but would you think of Ice Cube as a journalist?
Yeah. Did you know
Really?
that's the rumored J.B. Smoove character? The guy who's in Far From Home. He's like this really, really funny black comedian. He was in the league. He played a paraplegic who wanted new shoes.
Oh. Did
And
he
so
ever get the new shoes?
Yeah, but then Pete stole them after he got hit by a piano because like he was about to get the shoes, but like the clerk gave the paraplegic the shoes instead.
Uh-huh.
And then he steals them from him when he gets hit by a piano. He's like, well, I got my new shoes. But like apparently the rumor is he's gonna be J. Jonah Jameson, which is interesting because I also really like him.
I've never seen this guy as an actor. He might do well as a journalist. We'll see.
Fuck off, really? That's like your thing.
I just don't see Ice Cube as a journalist.
You don't see Ice Cube went to like fuck.
I could see him more as just the angry dad, the angry babysitter, the angry X or Y. But as a journalist, no. And J. Jonah Jameson is angry, but he's primarily a journalist. He wants the truth, and he does see Spider-Man as a menace for a reasonable cause.
Does he really want the truth?
Spider-Man is a vigilante.
But does
That's
J.
illegal.
Jonah Jameson really want the truth?
Yes.
But why the fuck does he not do that to like Captain America and shit like that?
Because they go through legal means. They're
No, they
part of
don't.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Technically, okay, Tony Stark.
Tony Stark has partnered with S.H.I.E.L.D. on multiple occasions.
So is Spider-Man!
Yes, but he's not also a name. A big name.
Fuck off!
Tony Stark could buy the Daily Bugle and sell it 5 times over.
Yeah, why doesn't Tony Stark do fucking Peter Parker that song? Be like, yo dog, listen, I understand James Jones is fucking you up right now. How about, like, I do you this solid, I'll buy the Daily Bugle, you still work there and shit, but, like, I'll have him back off with this shit.
Because
like,
he knows what freedom of speech is. Are we really discussing the politicism of J. Jonah Jameson's reporting?
Yeah, because he's...
I mean, half the people on the TV suck at their job, but they still got it.
I get that. I see it.
You don't have to spout the truth to be a journalist. You just have to be decent as a journalist.
I feel like Ice Cube could be a like, what the fuck? I do not understand. Wow, you can picture Ice Cube doing other weird you can picture Ice Cube being a
Because
dad.
I don't see him being the type of person that keeps a job in an office. He doesn't seem like an office job kind of guy.
But he was a history teacher. Isn't that an office style kind of, like, I don't know.
Teaching has a lot more to it than the office life.
Okay.
You also have to let your students teach you.
God damn it. No, I get you. Whatever. Hashtag Ice Cube for J. Jonah Jameson. I don't care what anyone says. Left. David Ayer reveals that Suicide Squad was originally had more connection to the Justice League. They were originally supposed to fight pre-Steppenwolf's forces. I think they should have went that route.
Would have made more sense.
Instead of fucking herpes zombie people.
Yeah.
That could be killed by both baseball bats and guns.
Really solid downfall on their part.
Yeah, see, like, if you're an all-power sorceress and you give your brother a fucking metal suit of armor that's, like, impenetrable, and then you're like, alright, zombie guys.
You can just die by anything.
Die by blunt force. Someone could throw, like, a stapler at you and you're dead.
They'd have to throw that stapler very hard.
I don't know. I'm just making a joke, but, yeah.
But, yes, I get your point. I'm just saying, it's a stapler.
So so we have two movies that DC is working on. Zatanna and Blue Beetle. And both movies make me super interested. I want a Zatanna universe movie because I like the magic side of DC.
Reboot Constantine, but still get I can't
Matt Ryan.
No. Not Matt Ryan, it was
Swear to God, if you say Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Fuck that, no.
Yeah.
Technically, canonically, that Constantine is actually Nick Necro in the comic books. Yeah!
We still get Keanu Reeves anyway.
Inception. No, the Zatanna movie would be interesting just because, like, I don't know, there's something about her that is super interesting. And I like, again, the magic side of DC.
He enjoys the costume.
I mean, she fine as fuck. Kidding.
Thick thighs, save lives.
Damn, stole my line, Gil. Shit.
Patrick knows it.
Yeah. No, I want a magic movie. Plus, her magic ability is literally she has to say spells backwards. So, like, that's interesting to me.
Lots of audio will be recorded and played backwards to make
sense. Well, that's what I mean. Like, and like I feel like the interesting part would be like audibly listening to what the spell is and like predict what the spell's gonna be.
You know that's gonna happen way too fast.
I know. But the Blue Beetle one also makes me excited because Blue Beetle could be their Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It could, like Jaime Reyes. That's the reason why the new Blue Beetle was created. Because they're like, we're gonna one-up Marvel by making a teenage superhero with problems, but we're also gonna make him Mexican, so he can relate to people.
I mean,
Beetle was born.
Spider-Man's, the Marvel still has Miles Morales.
Yeah, but this was before Miles.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Did you know? Okay. So DC this year, put out a new line of DC. It's called Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Spider-Man ripoff that instead of shooting webs, he makes rifts and portals, but he looks exactly like Spider-Man in a chrome suit.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he called?
I'm trying to DC.
The Arachnid Kid.
It's not, but like he makes portals and shit. I'm trying to look for him right now.
Boyd.
Because there's also a character called Atom Smasher, which is basically the Hulk of that universe. It's funny. It's really enjoyable. Oh, it's Damage. DC's Damage. He's the new Hulk. And God, I can't find him. But like, yeah, they're part of this new like run of DC remakes. Cause there's the Terrifics, which is basically Mr. Fantastic, but it's Mr. Terrific and like Metamorpho and shit.
Oh.
So yeah, basically
solid.
DC is aping the fuck out of Marvel right now. Because that's funny. And I like it. Oh, it's the New Age of Heroes. I gotta find that real quick. Because, like, if they did that, that'd be really funny, too. But, like, yeah, no, Miles Morales being the Black Spider is pretty cool. You know what they changed Miles Morales' name in the new thing he is? What? Sideways! His name is Sideways, though. The teleporting kid.
Oh, I was gonna say.
and he looks just like Peter Parker.
Mm.
The Latin American dude.
So what did they change Miles Morales?
I think his name is like Shadow Spider or something like that. Something along the lines, because of the fact that like he's now in the main canonical universe, and Peter Parker is still technically Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's why Gwen is now Ghost Spider instead of Spider-Gwen. Because
also because you don't want your name out there.
Out there, like I'm like when people were like, I'm mad that they changed it from Spider-Gwen to Ghost Spider. I'm like, but why the fuck would you want your name to be Spider-Gwen? Explain to me how this makes sense.
That's what I want to know.
Speaking of Spider-Man, they're making an all Spider-Woman movie, which is actually kind of interesting. I kind of want that. Because they didn't introduce Silk, they didn't introduce Jessica Drew, or any of the other Spider-Women in Into the Spider-Verse, so I feel like that's an interesting thing to put out.
That could just be a way of introducing all of them.
Yeah.
And then just like gradually have them branch off into their own movies.
Yeah. And have a...
Play at the reverse con.
Have Spider-Gwen and Gwenpool together.
You joke about that, but they would do it.
Gwenpool is canon and it's weird. So...
Like, so many versions of one person exist and are alive concurrently.
Yeah, Sony's Venom has officially crossed the $800 million mark, globally passing Wonder Woman along the way to its current official box office.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, good job, Sony. We're just gonna have a terrible monster movie universe that you didn't take. This is the one time where I feel movie company should have ate my idea.
I mean, you could have pitched it to them.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be like, this fucker on the internet is trying to tell me.
You're a person of the people. Because that doesn't work out. You're a consumer of their product. You know what you want better than they do.
The most influential video this YouTuber has is 300 views on a Doctor Who thing.
You're a consumer. You know what you want more better than a company does.
Yeah.
Because a company's unthinking, unfeeling. All they want is your money.
Paleontologist discovers a new dinosaur species and names it after Thanos.
Thanosaurus.
Simonatori. It's a carnivorous dinosaur.
With a chin.
God, that'd be fucking awesome. A Peter Griffin chin, I dig it. So apparently Chris Evans might not be done playing Captain America. That's
Who knows?
The directors say. Ooh.
But that's the directors.
Yeah.
Didn't the actor himself say he was done?
Ooh, he just vaguely brought it up, so you just don't know.
Yeah, fair.
YouTube has just announced that its original shows and movies will be free for all users, not just YouTube Premium members, starting in 2020.
Finally.
Yeah.
Some of those are actually worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
I said some.
I know, I don't know. It's just kind of like, now you're paying $9 not to have ads on your fucking YouTube. Which is awesome, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind paying an extra $7 a month not to have ads on my YouTube, because I do listen to YouTube a lot while I'm at work. So, yeah. But Netflix partners with Roald Dahl Story Company to reimagine and extended several of the author's most famous works into animated event series for Netflix.
Who?
James and the Giant Peach, The BFG, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Witches. That's super interesting to me, and I kind of want that.
As long as they make James and the Giant Peach and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory good, I'm okay with that.
Netflix has canceled Daredevil. And Disney Plus has also just recently said that they will not be picking up the Netflix shows. Yep.
So those are dead. Dead and buried. Just like your dreams. Good luck with that, kids.
I was actually, honestly, if they brought back, if Disney Plus decides to make, a Luke Cage Iron Fist cartoon series, I'd be down with that shit.
They probably could.
I want that.
They could also do live action and actually cast competent actors.
I feel like the cartoon...
Well, as far as
for
Iron Fist goes.
Well, for Iron Fist, you can't have the budget for what Iron Fist does, though, in a TV setting.
You can just play off the mysticism.
Right.
Until, big events.
I know, but I feel like... that's why I'd like an animated series, because, I feel like you do a lot better. Fair. The style with the new guys in the TMNT. That art style.
Not that art style. I personally don't care for it.
I like the whimsical art style because I think it reflects the mysticism part of it. That's why I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but Luke Cage is all very physical. non-mysticism.
I know, but like Luke, that's why like.
He also wears a tiara.
But not Ralph. Raphael looks like fucking bulking and big. So like, I don't know.
He looks awkward.
Does he really?
Kinda, yeah.
But Netflix announces the classic Neon Genesis Evangelion franchise to its worldwide streaming lineup, both the show and movies.
Yep.
So
And they're redubbing it.
yeah.
Gosh.
We were talking about who we want. I feel you got a point there. I kind of do want Justin Briner or Shinji.
Yeah.
Or Johnny Young Botch. I want Johnny.
No.
I do.
Like I said, his voice is way too mature for Shinji's character.
Really? I feel like
Yeah.
he could play. Or Vic. I'm not even gonna say his name. Mignana. I feel like he could pull a good Shinji. He's got that really like.
Doesn't he voice Yugi?
No.
Ed?
Mm-hmm.
That, okay.
And,
yeah, that would work.
And Tomo He from Ouran High School Host Club.
Never saw it, don't care for it.
It's a good slice of life. I want to be real.
I'm not saying it isn't, I just said I've never seen it and I don't really care for it.
I don't know, and I don't know who I would cast for the female roles because, like, I don't know. Some of their actors, I don't. Some of the lady voice actors, they're really hard to tell the difference sometimes. I don't want to sound like a douche.
Get someone extremely German for Asuka.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things. But Jerry Springer is getting a court TV show called Judge Jerry for all 2019.
It'll last a season at most.
I feel like it'll be super popular and people end up in fights again.
People always end up in fights.
So, we have a few pop culture questions to answer. And one of them comes from Seth. Hi, guys. This is Seth from Michigan. Hey, we live near Michigan. Cool.
I'm surprised people outside of Iowa listen to us.
Yeah, it's weird. Seth from Michigan. And he says, a while back, you guys talked about good horror films and the SCP Foundation. And I'm like, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
He's like, do you think that... Would you be interested if they made an SCP Foundation found footage film? And if so, which one would you choose if you remember any of the SCP stories to be a found footage film?
Like, they could all honestly work as found footage because the recovery teams always document that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I would want. I'd want that if they do like an SCP thing. I
just a recruit?
I don't want it to be a movie, though. I want it to be an anthology series.
Just like 30-minute episodes?
Yeah.
Gosh, the Shime guy.
The Shime guy.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to basically go through audio logs, and they could do a documentary style series on it.
Yeah.
So really, they could actually set up each episode as a different style depending on the SCP.
Yeah. I kind of want that. No, I would want that. Like I want to.
How they got that giant unkillable lizard would be a good one.
Yeah.
How they got that squishy little blob that I can't remember the name of. I think it's SCP-999.
My favorite SCP is, though? The fucking duplicating carnivorous quarter.
I have not read that one.
It self-duplicates itself by eating people, and so you have to watch it at all times.
And it's a quarter?
It's a quarter. And it, like, will multiply and shit.
Okay.
And, like, my favorite one is when they put two SCPs together to counteract each other.
Yeah.
And it's the Horseman of the Apocalypse with the never-ending cake.
Yeah. See, dude, some of those would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't read that one, because actually I might have, and it's been a while. A lot of those are just really weird, because they put the shy guy with the lizard.
Yeah.
And that, at least if I remember correctly, they have, and they just have a ball.
There was a weird SCP one that I feel like they had, like, it was about, like, a play, and, like, by the end of it, everyone kills themselves, like, even the audiences, but they, like, got recorded footage of it. I would want to see that just because that's interesting to me.
Gosh, I just had one on the tip of my tongue.
And my go-to is Plague Doctor, because I've always liked his SCP. I found his SCP to be super interesting.
Yeah. What was it?
His was the creepiest, though, too, to me. One of the creepiest, just because he's
so nonchalant and actually...
He's like, I'm just here to help people. And it's like, you're fucking murdering people!
That's the best way that I can help.
Yeah.
Can't get sick if you're dead.
Or if you're a zombie.
Because you're already undead.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of SCP. Like, honestly, like, I'd like to... Honestly, I think an audio drama would be really cool. Like, people do SCP Foundation log files and turn them into audio dramas. They're fucking awesome. Like, they're so fun.
I've binge watched quite a few of those.
Yeah, from the Vulcan.
Possibly.
That's the one I listen to a lot. I listen to it when I sleep, so I'm like fucking weird.
Yeah, gosh, I can't think of... Oh, The Flesh That Hates.
Yeah!
That would be a good one for a documentary, or not found footage style.
Yeah. That one's really, really good.
Because it's legitimately a village of just flesh monsters.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a lot, Seth. But thank you for asking that question. And Trisha from Florida. We are branching out.
I guess, surprisingly.
Trisha from Florida asks, "Hey guys, what is your least favorite comic book character in either Marvel or DC?" Mine happens to be Robin, because I feel like this is actually really funny. I feel like a man who's already beating up mentally challenged people instead of finding them help, taking out a kid is very irresponsible. I think she wants to have superheroes we ironically don't like because of real world standards. Apparently, Gil doesn't like Ice Cube as J. Jonah Jameson. So.
He's not a comic book character.
I think mine would probably have to be, and this is just because it is Batman, not because the Roshan Bros hates Batman because they kill him every time.
Kian hates Batman because he kills him every time.
That was a unanimous decision. Fuck off, everyone.
What do you mean?
When we did Fictional Fight Club and we voted Batman dies to Moon Knight.
Did we come to that agreement?
Yes, we did.
I feel like we didn't vote entirely.
We did.
All I know is I didn't do as much research as Eli did.
But yet we still chose Moon Knight.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're both just crazy guys in a hood.
Well, that was my one thing. I feel like Moon Knight is a better Batman because he's fucking crazy. Whereas Batman, we were talking about this. I think we were talking about this last week. Or the socio-political approach, if they made a comic book where why Batman is not doing good for things and he should just let the mental health system do what they gotta do, or the mental health system as an allegory to corruption. I want that, but no, to be honest with you, I hate the Joker, guys. I know everyone really likes the Joker because he's mysterious and can destroy things, but I'm like, he's just a fucking douche.
That's his character.
But that's what I mean. The Joker is one of the few characters, and I'm like, the world would be a better place if he died. I'm sorry.
No one would disagree with you.
But, Batman keeps him alive. So, where, when Batman was like, Clark, why did you kill him in Injustice? I'm like, because he's a fucking monster. Yeah. Do you have one? Do you have one you hate? Tell me, Gil, what do you hate?
Can't really think of any hero that I hate. I mean, the most I could go with is mildly dislike, and it's Booster Gold, and that's just because he came back in time to be a superhero for fame and fortune.
That's an interesting concept, though.
Yeah. I mean, if most of us could time travel, we would probably go back to a point where we would be revered as gods.
Heck yeah, we would.
Because that's a power fantasy.
Yes, it is. So, thanks guys for the emails. You can always email us at mail@robro.com.
That's been the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Later.
And don't forget to support us on Patreon and check out all of our places that are in the links down below. I'll shoot them out real quick. iTunes, Netflix, not Netflix, fuck.
I wish. Netflix deal. Why would they get us? I don't know.
iTunes, YouTube, Podbean. Thanks for listening, guys.